So today, Mark Gurman, out of all people from Bloomberg, actually put out a couple of cool things that iOS 15 is going to be bringing. Now, this is one of those, probably one of the more lackluster updates ever. I was looking at this and I was like, there really isn't anything super crazy here, and I'm surprised this even came in an article. There was like a couple things that were kind of surprising, but starting off, they did say that there's going to be a new notification filters based on your status. So they kind of mentioned that, basically if you're driving, if you're sleeping, if you're at work, the notifications will be kind of tuned to your specific setting that you're in. So I think that's cool. I thought we already had some kind of things like that, like if you were driving or something like that, but I guess this is going to be if you're like sleeping, driving, at work, if you have do not disturb mode on. There's a lot of different options like this, and the only good thing about this, in my opinion, I don't really know anybody who wanted that, to be honest, but they do mention that there's going to be potentially the newer control center that we've been all kind of rumoring and all that stuff, but potentially a newer lock screen as well. And I think that'd be a pretty cool thing. As I mentioned for years, those visual changes are some of the better changes Apple can do with the widgets and with all this other stuff. So I think that's a really awesome thing for the lock screen and control center. But the notification thing, it's cool, I guess. There's something funny though with iPads, with iPadOS 15, that we should have gotten last year, but which we didn't. But it was the widgets and the ability to add the widgets to the home screen of the iPad. As most of you know, we can go ahead and move widgets around and actually add them to our home screen on our iPhones. But on our iPads, we can't do that, which is so strange. And I think they did that on purpose. So with iPadOS 15, they could have added that. And I guess that's something they could have done. I don't know why they didn't do it before, but I guess you have that. Now there's this other thing that's super crazy that, from what I've heard, Apple is potentially going to be making some privacy label kind of things to where, if an app is taking up too much of your data, or if there's some sneaky things an app is doing like Facebook or something, then it's basically going to be an app that tells you, how much of your data a specific app is using and all that stuff. So that's going to be pretty crazy. I really hope that ends up happening. And again, this is kind of going along with that updated lock screen some people have said, because if an app, it's going to tell you Facebook is using your phone in the background, or, location in the background, or Snapchat's using your thing in the background, whatever, it's going to basically be able to tell you that. And I think that's another really awesome thing that, iOS 15 is going to be having. Now, the next thing I saw, which from The Verge, they actually showed this too. I don't understand what they're going to do with this, but they're trying to make iMessage more of a social media than a specific messaging app. Now, if this ends up being the case, this could potentially be the end of iMessage, in my opinion. I would hate if my iMessage ends up being something more than like a texting app. I really like iMessage. I love the simplicity of it. I love how there's just nothing super crazy. You just text people and that's it. If I want to go and send people photos, I go on Snapchat. If I want to go and, DM people on stories or whatever, then Instagram's the way to go. I don't want iMessage being a social media. They do mention that it's going to be somewhat of like a WhatsApp kind of thing, but my thing is, why would they need to do this? And on top of this, the only benefit I can see from this is if Apple actually goes ahead and ports over iMessage for Android. Then if that ends up being the case, then I think that's worthwhile. Then that's going to be really awesome. But for all other intents and purposes, if it's still going to be for iPhones, I like how iMessage is. I really don't even want any more improvements with iMessage right now. I really hope Apple brings in split screen multitasking or something. I think with iMessage is totally fine, so we'll see how it goes. Now, those are pretty much the main things that Mark Gurman has stated so far. I'm pretty, like I mentioned, I'm happy with these leaks, but I don't know, I really hope Apple does something crazy, bringing split screen multitasking, something like that. We deserve something like that at this point, and I really do hope Apple does it. Again, we don't know for 100% fact, we can't tell, we can't predict the future, but so far this is what it's looking like right now. So if you guys have any other questions or anything like that, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it means so much if you guys can hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well, my Twitter, my Instagram, my other channels. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.